Hey y'all, hey Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, all them friends and family. Okay, my title is Life, and today I'm about to tell you a story about how precious life is. Okay, and it was on, let's see, Monday afternoon, and I was going into work. I ended up grabbing a bite at Chipotle. I ended up going to my flights and working them. Everything was fine. And I came home. I was like, man, I'm really tired. Right? And my girlfriend ended up calling me. And one thing led to another. And she was just like, hey, you want to hang out? I was like, fine, let's hang out. So we hung out. And I was feeling okay, so we kind of drove around to absolute nowhere. I mean, we traveled everywhere, didn't have a place to go, things to see, because about this time, it's like 1:30. So there was pretty much nothing to do, right? So finally, we ended up saying, okay, it's about 3:30, almost 4 in the morning. Yeah, I do that. Well, as it turns out, I was feeling kind of funny. And I was like, well, I think I'm going to go ahead and go on home. So I went on home, and where I'm filming this, and I got in my bed, and of course she was here too, and I asked her, did you want to stay over tonight? And I was like, can you? I'd love it if you would. So she ended up staying over, okay? And around 5 in the morning, my stomach got a little upset. Here comes the theatrics. So, to make a long story semi-short, because I feel some of these details are important in the story, I went to the bathroom, and some stuff came out of my system, okay? And I mean from the upper end, not from the lower end, okay? I was doing it quite frequently. And I was like, I don't feel good, so I released all my bowels, okay? And I was thinking, please let that be the end of it. So I went in my room, I laid down, my stomach was shaky, and I couldn't move. So I got up, and I'm like, oh crap, here comes round two. Sure enough, round two ended up coming. After that, I went back in my room, did the same thing again. Started shivering. I'm like, okay, I know what's going to happen. I'm going to go in there. I'm going to release my upper end and my lower end. It's going to be the same thing. So, y'all, I don't want to get too graphic here, but if you are kind of sensitive, I close your ears. Okay, do you know when you release your upper end, it's supposed to be chunky? It's supposed to be what you end up eating. Okay, that's what's supposed to come out. Do y'all know what happened after the third and fourth time? Yellow bile and stuff inside my system started coming out of my mouth. And I'm like, okay, now I'm dry heaving at this part. That ain't good. You're never supposed to dry heave with something with nothing in your stomach, okay? So I'm looking around. I'm like, okay, what is going on? And I started feeling funny. And so after I started feeling funny, I collapsed. I laid on the floor, didn't know what to do, and finally, I was just like, I was really scared. I legitimately was really scared because I had no energy, I had no sensation, I didn't know where to go, didn't know where I was, I could not get up. This is where that laugh alert would have come in handy for those of y'all watching this and knowing what laugh alert is. Could have clicked it. But, make a long story, I really didn't need ambulance or medic service. Thankfully, my girlfriend, after the 5 or 6 time, throwing up and going to the bathroom, I was like, I called her name like 5 times, and I got louder and louder. And by then, she woke up, was like, what's going on? And she'd already heard me throwing up. She's like, what's wrong? I'm like, we need to go to the hospital right now. And she was just like, okay. So she got her things together. We got somehow I managed to, have enough strength to lean against her, and she propped me inside my car. And then what happened was, I told her to go inside my room, right over here, point right there. I had my ID, and I said, go in the room and grab my ID, because they're going to ask for it eventually when, they do all the operation and whatnot. And right over there was my phone. So that's why y'all couldn't hear from me for all day, because y'all know I'm a Facebook, addict, and I do a lot of stuff on there, right? I would have posted a lot of pictures. I would have made sure y'all knew I was fine, but I left it here in the heat of the moment, okay? And no, I don't have a belt clip. I'm using my regular phone. Well, anyway, so we get there, okay? I did not have enough courage to stand up, okay? I was flopping around when we get to the front door. I was all like dazed, so I don't know exactly what happened, but the thing was, the guy at the front desk ran over to grab me after grabbing a wheelchair and sticking me in. I couldn't even have enough strength to put my feet inside the little feet things, and I was I had no strength whatsoever. I'm not even lying to you guys. If I'm lying, I'm dying, okay? And so after I did that, he took me to a room, and some guy was talking to me, and then after that he rushed me to the ER, the emergency room. So after they did that, they put me in this bed-like thing, and they gave me some straps, and let's see if y'all can see it. Fall alert. So they knew I didn't have enough energy to fall, and they gave me a bracelet, which they do nowadays. So they ended up plotting that on me, and then they ended up putting IVs in my arm, and as you can tell, they pricked me not once but twice, and they pricked me once there. So, okay, do any of y'all watching this video, do y'all know what saline is? Do y'all know what an IV is? Okay? An IV is a little catheter they stick in your arm that goes into your veins, that goes right to your system. So basically, they stuck this thing in me, an IV, and they pumped me full of saline, which is fluids, okay? It's basically like prescription strength Gatorade, okay? I straight up needed a lot. And it's basically a big old plastic bag full of liquids that your body needs at the last resort to keep your system going, okay? As soon as they attached that little tube to my arm, instantly, okay, I ended up turning 2. So it was like night and day. I was like, I couldn't say a word. Not a word. I didn't have enough strength to move my lips, move my eyes, nothing. As soon as it was connected, I was like, hey, how are you doing? Yeah, I'm not feeling so good. So that was the whole story. And then I ended up, right before they stuck the IV in me, I ended up puking again. After they took the IV out of me, I puked again, but I puked chunks. So needless to say, the IV and saline solution was the trick. It was the only thing. Now, most of the time, you need about 1, maybe 1.5. Do y'all know how many I actually was filled with? 4. 4. And 1, actually no, I'm sorry, it was 3, because it was 1 anti-nausea medication that was intravenous. So, that was scary. I'm not going to lie to you. There was a moment where I thought I wasn't going to make it. I was like, I have no energy, I have no strength. The hospital's a long way away. I can't afford a $6,000, medic ride. I don't know what to do. So I just prayed and prayed and prayed that I was going to make it. And here I am today with a couple of pricks in my arm and medication, talking to you all today. But the point of this video, after I tell you all that story, okay? And by the way, I'm fine. I had a lot of fluids. I had Gatorade. I made sure I, had some Italian ice. So not something too strong. But if you ever are worried about how your health might be and something doesn't seem right, don't hesitate to go see somebody. Don't hesitate to go look at it, and don't hesitate to get it fixed. Because what you might think is not a problem can seriously kill you and can seriously do a lot of damage to you. If it took me 3, almost 4 bags of saline solution where it should have taken me 1, I promise you that should tell you all how serious your health can be sometimes, okay? So take my advice and go see somebody right away. Don't wait. And if you know that you can't get there in time with a car, definitely don't hesitate to call 911. That's why they're there. That's what they do. That's their job. And please take advantage of it, because they're there to help you, not there to basically be your taxi, okay? In that moment, I probably should have called 911 because I had no strength. I don't know what to do. It was crazy, and I knew she was asleep, but I knew she could drive me, so I was fine. But I just wanted to let y'all know I'm fine. I'm sorry I didn't have my phone with me. I would have had a couple pictures to let y'all know what was going on with me. I did end up spending the night at my parents' place. They took real good care of me. My girl ended up staying over with me to make sure that I was fine. And I can't tell you, I love you a lot. I really do. You've been there through thick and thin. You've held me. You've held the bag that I puked in, which I don't know who would. I know your best friend probably wouldn't. And, she ended up spending her only day off today or yesterday taking care of me at the hospital when she could have been doing anything else. So I commend her for that. She made sure I was fine. She means the world to me. She really does. And that, to me, is the definition of the bond that people in your life ought to bring to you. Okay? Whether it be your relationship, your family, your friends, what have you. That is what life is all about. It's the people coming together to bond and make sure that your health is the best it can be and the best it ever will. So I want to say thank you to those who definitely helped and supported me. I want to say thank you to those who reached out to me. I want to say thank you to those who prayed for me and everything else. I love y'all. I'm sorry that you had to hear this news from me today, but I wanted to let you guys know that life is very precious. Take care of it. I love you. Bye.